So Piggy Book 2 Chapter 7 had some incredible secrets that you may have not noticed. So today I'm going to be going over all the secrets in Piggy Book 2 Chapter 7. But if you do look forward to this, remember to leave a like on this video and feel free to subscribe for more. So let's jump straight into it. So here we have it. Let's talk about Chapter 7, which takes place inside of the port. Well, at the port, shall I say. So it turns out that Chapter 7 was not going to be in a military base. Maybe we can expect that for Chapter 8, which I will share some predictions at a later point, but feel free to also share some of your predictions down below in the comments. So I thought this was pretty cool. You're being chased by Dakota, who's actually a dolphin. For some reason I thought it was a shark, but it's obviously a dolphin. D, of course, Dakota, dolphin, who also has a scar on his face or her face or their face at least. And yeah, it's quite interesting, ladies and gentlemen, and there was a lot of cool secrets in this map, a lot of things to actually use, new items. We had a grappling gun. There were also holes in the buildings, which I will explain that, and the lighthouse was in this chapter. There were also some pretty cool, like, weird Easter eggs as well that you also may have missed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over all the notes now, and we're going to talk about who has possibly written these notes. So this is going to be very, very interesting. So let's go ahead and jump straight into our very first note here and see what this says. So this first note is in a book, and it says, "Still thinking about their screams, but I had to do it. The outside world was doomed. The lighthouse was safe. I had to keep it that way. I had to keep it that way. I don't know how much longer I can hold out here. Power's running low. Food is short. I sometimes wonder if one of them cures the burdens of being alone in this world. Should I try?" Now, remember this spot in the video, because this plays a big role in the ending. Now, I believe whoever was here, I'm personally thinking maybe it was Mr. P. And there also is another note at the lighthouse that says, "How far will you go for your safety, good friend? How about we make a deal?" Now, this is like kind of in the same format as the Mr. Stitchy notes. There was also a note here saying, if you're reading this, stay out. Well, don't come upstairs, basically. I do not want to I don't want to be seen. I feel at peace. I feel safe for the first time in life. Do not come upstairs. This town is cursed. Now, one person that's been hiding is Mrs. P. Also, Mr. P, we don't know. But check this out. Upstairs, I believe someone is up there. There's a set of binoculars. Now, where do we actually see these binoculars? Yeah, let's go ahead and rewind back to a flashback in Piggy Book 2, Chapter 1, The Alleys. That is the same pair of binoculars. So whoever that is the same person. There also is a creepy note which says, "Do not knock, do not disturb." And if you do, find all the Eye of Insolence around the map. I'll link that video on how to do that. You will get an Easter egg of this friend here. You knock on this door and this creature comes out. Again, not sure if this is canon to the story. I'll break more of this down in a separate video. But yeah, if this happens, this creature actually kills you. So very interesting. Here's also another note. It says, "Is something going on upstairs? It sounds like someone's digging through a wall or something. I know it's ridiculous, but maybe I'm going crazy. I'll go back to bed." And this is actually what's happening upstairs. So if you go upstairs, you can see these holes are in the wall. So whoever did this actually did this hole themselves to possibly try to escape. There's also a menu here, and this one says, "Do not feed Gary." He doesn't want to pay. He's cheap. So that is also lining up for possibly another character named Gary, or maybe Gary is the one that's actually upstairs. So this is very, very interesting, guys. And again, this chapter was awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break down the ending, because I think the ending wasn't really suspected. Now, there is a survivor and a savior ending. We also have Mimi if you have the survivor ending, which means you saved all the TSP members. But let's quickly break this down. So we ask, is anyone there? And, you know, we say, like, well, the question mark says, who goes there? And it turns out that that person turns out to be Budgie. And it is Captain Budgie, who is the captain of Medora, which is the name of the ship. And yeah, Budgie kind of says, like, hey, were you the ones that lit the lighthouse? And of course we were, obviously. So in order to board the ship, Budgie doesn't really want us to board the ship. Let's just say that one. And, we're really in a rush because we really have to get across the North Sea and fast. So, yeah, this is going to be very, very interesting. Now, the thing is about the Medora is that, there's no more fuel on it. So it looks like we're gonna have to figure something out here. And you know, we ask, you know, do you have any spare fuel? And Budgie says it's not possible to get. Mimi says, like, why would that be? And ever since Davy Jones, which is actually kind of like a saying, at least, cursed the world, my hearties weighed the anchor and left sea, then found out one of our mates had Davy's sickness. One by one, they fell. I had no choice but to seal them in the lower levels of the ship. To this day, the ship remains sealed alongside of the fuel. Now this is interesting because part of me is thinking that maybe Budgie's the one that actually left him down there, because Budgie clearly says that. However, it does seem like that the person that wrote the note inside of the lighthouse is also had something to do with this one. So it turns out that Willow wants to actually go down there and get the fuel, but down there again for the fuel is the infected. So Willow is not scared of them as well. And yeah, this is part of Budgie's crew. Now I do think maybe we'll see Ghosty down there too. And we also have to think of some skins that we already have of some characters that could also be down there that we're actually thinking about. So what are some characters there? So yeah, very, very interesting here. Now the cool thing about this is if you get the survivor ending, at least as far as where you have Mimi that's actually here. And I thought this was also quite funny where Budgie talks about the pool accident and losing the hand, because it was like this dramatic thing, like, okay, this is how you lost your hand, but no, it wasn't like a super cool story like that one. So yeah, this is very, very interesting. I don't know if something is going to happen to Willow in this one, but this is super key because Mimi says something quite interesting. So yeah, just look out for this one. So Willow, you know, is just kind of like, stay clear. I'm going to go down there and get the fuel. And Mimi says, say, Captain, do you know where we be landing on the other side of the sea if we pull this off? So this is very interesting. We be landing in Doveport or Doveport. And Doveport or Doveport, I know an engineer from there. I wonder if he's still there. And Budgie says, good luck, you scallywags. I'll unseal the ship. Try not to feed the fish down there. So maybe chapter 8 will pick up where we're actually kind of fighting all of them off, or it's going to pick up to where we've actually have to do that and we're actually on the ship traveling over like past the North Sea while fighting the infected. But obviously we need the fuel first, so who knows, maybe we'll have something kind of different in the beginning of chapter 8. But those are pretty much all the secrets. Wasn't loads of secrets, guys. We're gonna be still looking for more, obviously. However, some really cool things that kind of ties into the story. But yeah, if I did miss any secrets, make sure to comment them down below. Of course, we still have the Mr. Stitchy Eyes. If you click all 5 of those, you do get that friend that kind of comes out at the door. That's something to bear in mind. But yeah, what did you guys think of this chapter? I thought it was awesome. I would totally love to see more too. So hopefully there won't be such a massive gap between chapter 7 and chapter 8. But I mean, the skins in this were incredible. The gameplay was incredible. And I think the cutscenes were incredible. And overall, I give it a 10 for 10. So yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like and share it. Also, feel free to subscribe for more if you're new. And if you want to show your further support to me, you can always use star code BIGP2 when purchasing Robux or Premium. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!